We'll do it live.
Okay.
We'll do it live. Fuck it. Do it live. I'll write it and we'll do it live.
Hello, welcome. Episode 4. If you haven't already watched episodes 1, 2, and 3, stop right now. Go back. Take a refresher. It's not quite 2 hours of tutorial that'll show you everything you need to know to get you to where we are now. And from here, we're going to be able to just paint together. Today, we're going to be painting a prototype secret car. It's going to be really, really fun. I'm going to be painting it on the McLaren 720S, the GT3. You go ahead and you paint it on whatever car you drive. I'll show you what we're going to need to get started. You're going to need your template for whatever car that you're driving. You're going to need an empty file for our spec map that we will be building for this car. And you're going to need to go on the internet and find a transparent background, a circuit board with a transparent background. Just electronic circuitry, transparent background. It has to be transparent background. One where when you grab it on GIMP, it moves without the background. Doesn't really matter what color you're using. I really liked this green one. It worked really well for me today. I already built this paint scheme once just to make sure that it would work the way we want it to, and it does. So I liked this green one. This is the one I grabbed. Whatever one you grab, it doesn't really matter because we can always change the color of it later. So before we get started, pause the video, go get your template ready, get yourself a new file open, find yourself a circuit board, empty background, PNG. Make sure that you export your files to the proper place that we're going to need them, because we're going to be doing rapid fire back and forth, adjusting and checking different things. So pause the video now. And if you haven't paused the video, I'm going to assume that you've already done all that stuff, or you've already paused the video and you're back and you've got your template for your car. You've got it saved in your iracing folder so that we can just hit the Control and E to export it rapid fire. We don't have to go through the exporting process. We've already done it. I want you to do the same thing with your blank folder for the spec map. Get that saved into your spec map folder. If you don't know how to do that, that's why I told you you should watch 1, 2, and 3, because we've gone through that a few times already pretty well, as clearly as we can get it. From here on out, we're going to be painting. Okay, so this is where we're going to start. This is our template, wide open. I haven't touched the thing yet, except for I exported it to the proper file so it shows up in our trading paints. First thing I like to do is I go straight to that custom spec map folder and I just get rid of it. Delete layer. Right click and delete. For whatever reason, my options menu doesn't show up on OBS Studio. I'll just have to tell you what I'm clicking when I do that kind of stuff. I'm going to expand these files, groups, so that we can see all the layers that we're working with. I'm going to go all the way down to the base paint. This is the very first layer we're going to be working with. And I'm just going to edit and fill with background color here and fill the whole dang thing black. That's all I really want to do. I'm going to turn off these deca layers because I don't want them on there. That one is okay. I'll leave this other deca layer on there. I don't want these other ones on. I'll get rid of them for now. I'm not going to bother deleting them or anything. They're fine. Just I'll make them invisible. This one is fine. I'm going to leave that one on. It's okay. The pit board, we'll get to all this stuff too. Let's just color it in for now so we don't forget. I'm going to grab that paintbrush. just color in so that I don't forget paint the colors for the pit box colors. And good enough. Now next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go over to my text tool. And I'm going to pick OCR A Extended. I went through all of the fonts earlier today, and this is the one that I thought looked best on the car. It's going to be up to you. This is going to be a prototype paint job. It's going to end up looking like a top secret, high-tech weapon. So I liked the OCR A Extended. I'll scroll back down here and find it. LMNOCRA Extended right here. So with our text tool available and our text selected, our size is very, very small right now. I'm going to jack that up quite a bit so that when we scale it, scaling down will be fine, and scaling up if we have to won't be a problem. So I'm going to jack that up quite a bit. I'm going to say 250 pixels. And I'm just going to pick a big spot here where I can see what's up. Big spot. Go in here, caps lock. I'm going to write, whoops. I'm going to choose a different color. I'm going to choose white, because that's what color I want this to end up being. Prototype. Bah. I think that was an R. No, that's an E. Okay. And then the move tool, I'm going to grab it. I'm going to move it. This is kind of where it's going to end up being here. Shift S for scale. Slide it down a little bit. Grab it in the middle. Move it over right. Not sure exactly where those numbers are going to be. The numbers are going to be right in here somewhere. So I'm going to turn on these number boxes. That's where that number is going to be. So I know I can't have the prototype written there. So I'm going to shrink it a little bit more. Move it up right in. Well, maybe a little bit smaller still. Put it right in there. We're going to turn the wire on so I can see. Yeah, that looks pretty good. Zoom in just a bit. See where we're going here with it. Right there should kind of blend with the lines of the way that car flows. I like it. So with that there, I'm going to hit scale to make it stick. Go back to our layer. I'm going to duplicate this layer. I'm going to shift flip it up and down the way it's already. What in the world? Where did it go? Okay, I'm going to move it. Shift. Well, what the heck is going on? Okay. Well, I don't know where that layer went, so I'm going to duplicate that layer again. I'm going to try and move it. Control and Z because I grabbed the wrong layer. There. I don't know why that layer was being so difficult. Alright, I'm actually going to rotate that because now that I think about it, flipping it would have made the writing backwards. So shift and rotate, and I'm just going to grab that slider. Flip it all the way over 180. Rotate it to make it stick. Hit my M to move it. Try and grab it again without grabbing the damn background or the wireframe. Kind of line it up. That looks pretty close. I'm going to grab a guideline from the left hand side over there and see. That's pretty good. Zoom in with my plus sign. Grab this prototype. Line it up perfectly with there. Back up here. Oh, that's. Oh, just one more click there. Good. Perfect. So now that I got prototype and prototype, I also want it to say that on the back. So I'm going to pick my original prototype. I'm going to duplicate that layer. I'm going to zoom in and grab it because it seemed to be giving me a tough time. Scroll wheel up. I'm going to drop it over here. Shift S to scale it. I'm going to bring it down. I want it to fit right in this little flat spot on the bumper, right in here. Like that. Just like that. That's where I want to scale it. Maybe I want to move it just a bit more. I'm going to zoom in. You know what? No, I want to scale it just a little bit more. Just that big. Yeah. That way it fits a little better in the curves without kind of wrapping around any of the curves. There we go. That's good. Cool. So that says prototype on both sides. On the rear. I'd also like to put it really big on the wing. So here I'm going to open up this again. Duplicate that layer. Zoom in, grab this. You know what? I'm not going to do that. I'm going to delete that layer. I'm going to zoom out. I'm just going to start a whole new one. I'm going to write it right here. Oh, that's going to be too big. Probably 200 maybe. We'll try that. Wrong color. 250 is going to be way too big. Let's go 150. We'll try that, and then we'll change this color to white. We want it to be white. Oh, hang on. I'm going to stretch this box. It doesn't quite fit, so I'm going to... ah. Scale out to make it stick. Zoom in here. I'm going to move this. M for move. Move that prototype up here. All right, I think that looks pretty good right where that is. All right, now where these number boxes are, I think we can do something fun with that. So let's do, since we're going to be an experimental prototype, I'm just going to open up another box here. Let's see, it's going to have to be small. So 75 is probably going to be lots. Make sure we pick a good color. And let's call this car Experiment. Oops. Whoops. Okay, it's got to be much larger. Okay, I'm having trouble here because I'm trying to zoom out and it's trying to write for me instead. So I'm going to zoom out. There we go. I'll take this empty letter text. I'm going to delete that layer because I goofed up on it. Start a new one. Here we go. 250 is too much. Let's go with 100. Black. We want it white. Alright. Click here and write. Experiment number. Yeah. Then click the move tool because I don't want to do anything else with it. I want to move it now. I'm going to bring it down here. It's way too big, so we're going to have to shift scale. Scaling it down is okay because it's just going to lose pixelation kind of thing instead of getting all grainy when it gets bigger. When you stretch things out, they get ugly. They lose definition. If you shrink it down, it's not a big deal. Might lose a little detail in it, but probably not too bad. That's probably good where it is. Actually, I kind of like that size. I'm gonna hit scale to make it stick, and I need 1, 2, 3, 4 copies of this because there are 4 number boxes. 5 copies of this, 6 copies of this because there are 6 of them. Okay, so 1. Hang on a second. Let's make a new layer group to stick these all into. Experiment into the layer group. Get in there. Experiment 1. Get in there. So we have 1, 2. We need 3. Let me count again here. Let's count with me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right. I had to double check. We got 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. First thing we're going to do is we're going to grab one of these and we're going to bring it up to... Oh, dang, I hate when I do that. So I'm going to turn off that wire. Grab one of these experiments. I'm going to drag it up here. Right there. Which one is this? Number 1. Experiment number 1. I'm going to shift R to rotate this bad boy. I'm just going to get it even with this number box. Good. I'll rotate that there. I'm going to move with M. Grab onto it. Right there. That looks pretty good, I think. Sure. Now let's grab another experiment here. We got, whoops. Control Z, because these experiments are hard to grab. We've got to zoom in and grab it. There. I'm going to scroll wheel up. Drop that bad boy there. Shift and rotate. See if we can get it. Oh. Control and Z. We picked the wrong experiment. This is experiment number 2 we want to rotate. Shift and rotate. Grab this little slider and see if we can get it to rotate with the slider enough. Right there. Not quite. Let's a little. There. That's good. Okay. Rotate to stick it. Grab the move tool. I'm gonna grab onto it. Move it over. There. Zoom out. Let's see, where else do we need experiments? We need 1. Son of a gun. Experiment, yes. We need 1 over here. Oh. Okay. So experiment number 3, we need to move way up above the pit board. I don't know why that one's over there. Experiment number 6 also needs to be above the pit board, so it shows up on the pit board. Now, I don't know. I think this one is upside down. I'm not sure. I might be flipping them both upside down at this point. But I think that one's upside down. Flip it, grab it, flip it back, flip it and reverse it. I think that's probably how it goes. Okay. 6, 3. What in the world? How come we have so goddamn many? Alright, now we've picked this one. I'm gonna grab it. All at the top. This is moving so slow. That's way too big. That's way too big. Gonna turn on the wire. Shift S for this. Oh, for crying out loud. Experiment 4. Shift S for scale. Shrink it down here. Pull it over there. Shrink it down just a little bit more. Alright. Yeah. Scale there. Yeah, I think that looks pretty good. Zoom out. See what we're doing so far. And turn off the wire. Oh, yeah, we did flip this one, so it's a good thing we come and check. Number 1 got rotated. Shift, rotate it again here. Good. That's good. Alright, zoom out. Let's see what's going on. Okay, that's not so bad. I'm going to turn off these number blocks. So this is what we're looking at so far. All black, prototype, experiment. That's it so far. I'm going to take this and I'm going to export that. Dizzy, can you back off, please? Alright, I think that exported. Okay, so this is what the car looked like when we started with. We've painted it black, put some writing on it. Let's see what it looks like now. It's black, it's got some writing on it. Yeah, that's pretty well what we should be looking at this point. So let's keep going. From here, I want to build a spec map for this car. This is the most complicated, most fun part of the whole thing. Everyone loves spec maps. Nobody loves spec maps. I do. Plus they look beautiful. Just most people don't really understand kind of how to do a spec map. It seems complicated to most people. It's not that complicated. It seems complicated at first. Once you figure it out, it's pretty damn easy. This is going to be our spec map. We went through it in episode 2 a little bit. We went through it a little deeper in episode 3. And today we're going to go play a little bit in it again. So let's have some fun. What we're going to do is, first thing we're going to do is we're going to take this background color. We want to make sure that it's the exact same size as what our car is going to be. We also want to make sure that we know what we're painting and where. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a duplicate wire, throw it in here. I'm also going to make a duplicate mask. I'm going to throw that in there as well. So now we can see what we're painting our spec map over. I'm going to select the background layer and I'm just going to edit and fill it with that background color, bright red. Let's hide that, let's hide that wire real quick and export it. This is the car right now. This is the car with our what you call it on it, our spec map. Not much of a difference. There's more metallic in it. So right now, prototype, you can't tell, prototype and stuff is chrome instead of white. But that's all we've done with it. That's not the fun part. Fun part's coming up. I hope you got your circuitry board ready. Grab that circuitry board and throw it on there. Let's turn that wire copy back on. Nope, let's turn it back off because I can't see anything. Shift S to scale. I'm going to grab that. I'm going to stretch it out as wide as, well, as wide as the paint anyway. That's all I really want. Scale that to make it stick. M to move. Grab it where somewhere I can see. Slide it in here. Well, now I can't really see exactly where I'm going. I'm going to make a second layer of this. Duplicate layer. Shift flip. Flip it. M for move. Grab it. Pull it over here. Something like over here somewhere. I'm going to turn the wire on now. I'm going to zoom in. Line things up. Zoom in a little more. zoom out. Turn off my wire mask. So that's what I've done. And I'm going to Control E, export that. Now back to the prototype. Let's have a look what happened. All right. It's pretty neat. I like it. Now that hood, there's nothing on that hood. That gloss here, that just worked out so well just to get right over top the experiment number. That was just luck. That was luck. Boy, that sure is exactly what I was going for. There's nothing on that hood yet though, so I want to put something on it. There's not much there yet. I want to put something. You can see there's a big empty spot right here on the hood. So I think I'm just going to drag this whole thing back in here. Whoops. I dragged it into the wrong spot. I'm going to delete it. Drag this whole thing back into here. Shift rotate that. I'm just going to rotate it by 90 degrees clockwise. Rotate to make it stick. M to move it. Whoops, grab the wrong layer. Let's zoom in. This might be hard to do, so I'm going to hide these other layers. Grab this one. Bring it over. I think that the number was somewhere over here, but I can't really remember. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over here. I'm going to make a copy of these. I'm going to bring it in, throw it on. What in the world? Why did that show up so funny? I don't know why that showed up so funny, but okay. I'll scale it. See if that works. No, that's not going to work. I think that's dang close. Okay, so now we can I'm kind of right where I wanted that spot to be to block out the paint. My dog is whining over here and it's distracting me, sorry. Move this over here. Right there. Okay. Turn on the wire copy here so we can see what I'm doing again. Let's zoom in here. And once again, I'm going to use paths because I'm not sure how much of the hood needs all that. I'm just looking back and forth between my car. Okay, I gotta put these visible so I can judge exactly. Okay, I'm going to erase a little bit of this. Hide that wire copy. I think that's where I want it. I'm going to control and export that. Dizzy, go away. Just right in my face. I'm trying to do stuff here. Go. Okay, so here, flip this. There, now I got that. And yeah, it's pretty darn close to where I wanted it. So I'll just go in here, grab that move. I'm gonna undo my deleting a little bit of it. I'll zoom back in. Grab that. Needs to be just a little bit lower and over right there. Good. Hide those number blocks. Hide the wire. Zoom back out. Now I'm gonna have to do some more erasing here real quick. Very carefully. Like that. Alright. Export. And reload this. And, oh, I'll turn the stamps back on so we can see where the numbers will be. Honestly, I think that's a wrap. So I'm going to go ahead and load this up as my own personal race car. And you guys go ahead and load yours up. Thanks for watching.